So, having introduced KP function, and that will be used actually as the entry point for any API invoker by an external entity, we'll discuss now about the Evolved 5G network application NetApp vision. The 5G programmability is supported mainly by standardized APIs, which are exposed by the 5G network core. These standardized APIs, like for example the NEF function APIs or the SIL APIs that we discussed previously, provide specific information that can be used for integrating different services and applications and make them more intelligent by using information that is originating from the core network. This will be further exploited either directly by a vertical application or by a new entity, a new middleware, which is the Evolved 5G NetApp, which has a specific role, has this role to consume this specialized information by the 5G network, to make the necessary process of it, and then to expose it to any interested service and application through a very compliant and business easy to understand way and API. So the Evolved 5G NetApp actually consumes 5G network specific APIs like NEF, SIL, make some processing and expose them like business APIs in a more easy way for any industry to interact with them and to integrate them to existing services and applications. So this is where Evolved 5G NetApp comes in and introduces this novelty that we have the NetApp, we have this middleware. In order to split the communication between the vertical application and the 5G core network, and to make possible the reusability of these APIs, of this information that could be useful for a specific industry through the NetApp. So the NetApp is the middleware layer which exposes business APIs based on information that has been consumed by 5G core native APIs. So what we achieve by doing this? We achieve making the exposure of the core network much easier, because each vertical industry that is not aware of the details of the 5G network core will not interact directly with the core network, so it will not be necessary to learn all the technical details of the core network. But on the other hand, it will be much easier for them to use an Evolved 5G NetApp, which hides, if you like, all the 5G core complexity from the core network and exposes to the different industries simplified business APIs, which are more easy for them to understand, to use, and to consume. So the NetApp, on the northbound interface of the NetApp, we expose information in the language that the industry understands. For example, it could be information to support Industry 4 services and applications. So the APIs that NetApp exposes to the vertical application will provide information that is easily understandable by the Industry 4 developers and service providers. On the southbound interface, the NetApp will consume native APIs from the 5G core network. And these APIs will provide data that will be processed by the NetApp in order to be exposed by the business APIs. So the Evolved NetApp performs this, if you like, translation between the native APIs of the 5G core to the business APIs that will interact with the vertical application.